the U.S. has carried out new airstrikes on jihadist militants that have managed to occupy large areas in northern and northwestern Iraq. The U.S. military has released video of the strikes that targeted the artillery positions of the so-called Islamic State militant group. The attacks come after President Obama's pledge to protect U.S. personnel in Iraq, threatened by the rapid advance of the Islamists. But as RT's Igor Piskunov now reports, many believe it's Washington that ultimately paved the way for the rise of the jihadists there.
We're leaving behind a sovereign, stable, and self-reliant Iraq.
3 years on, is America coming back?
Today I authorized 2 operations in Iraq. Targeted airstrikes to protect our American personnel, and a humanitarian effort to help save thousands of Iraqi civilians.
The target this time is the Islamic State, formerly known as ISIS, a terror organization which hasn't only been rampaging through the country with tremendous speed and extreme violence, but has even proclaimed its own state, stretching from Iraq to Syria. So radical, even Al-Qaeda says it's too much, brutally murdering anyone, even Muslims, in its way, destroying holy sites, attacking religious minorities, taking control of key infrastructure, including oil refineries and dams, military hardware as well.
Well, certainly, potentially more dangerous today than Al-Qaeda. They're a very extremely radical group with increasing capabilities.
Capabilities which allow the Islamic State to set its sights way beyond Iraq and Syria.
يا جبناء إن كنتم رجال فنحن على الأرض فلا تأتون بالطائرات من دون طيار فأتوا بجنودكم الذين مرغنا أنوفهم في العراق وبإذن الله سوف نمرق أنوفهم بكل مكان. وإن شاء الله بالبيت الأبيض سوف نرفع على راية لا إله إلا الله.
Incapable of dealing with them on its own, Baghdad's asked Washington for help. But where did the Islamic State or ISIS fighters come from?
We are where we are because we armed the Syrian rebels. We have been fighting alongside Al-Qaeda, fighting alongside ISIS. ISIS is now emboldened in 2 countries. But here's the anomaly. We're with ISIS in Syria. We're on the same side of the war. So those who want to get involved to stop ISIS in Iraq are allied with ISIS in Syria. That is the real contradiction to this whole policy.
Right. The White House says that the limited U.S. military action in Iraq could be extended. But while it deliberates, the Islamic State tightens its grip on Iraq. According to the UN, around 200,000 new refugees have fled their homes, while ISIS claims it's made more than a dozen military gains over the past 5 days alone. Igor Piskunov, RT.